I never thought I'd end up like this, huddled in a freezing studio apartment in Chicago, with peeling wallpaper and a radiator that clanks all night, scrolling through my ex's Instagram while my life crumbles around me. My name's Ellie, I'm 29, and just a few months ago, I thought I was living the dream. A fiancé who adored me, a job as an event planner that I loved, and a wedding I'd spent months planning down to the last detail. I'd spend my days meeting with florists, tasting cakes, and pinning table settings on Pinterest, imagining the perfect day when I'd walk down the aisle to Ryan, my heart racing, my smile wide, my future bright. But I lost it all because of my blind trust, my stupid dreams, and now Ryan's gone. My friends think I'm a joke. And I'm one unpaid bill away from being on the street, my fridge empty except for a jar of pickles and a bottle of flat soda I can't even afford to replace. I met Ryan 4 years ago at a networking event I was organizing for a local charity in Chicago. It was one of those crisp fall evenings, the kind where the air smells like leaves and cinnamon, and the city lights reflect off the river. I was running around in a black blazer and heels, my clipboard in hand, my hair in a tight bun, making sure the caterers were on time and the sound system worked. I was stressed, my feet aching, my smile forced, when Ryan walked up to me. He was 31, a financial analyst with dark hair and a charming smile that made my stomach flip. He wore a tailored suit, his tie slightly loosened, and he handed me a glass of wine, his voice smooth as he said, "You look like you could use a break, Ms. Event Planner." I laughed, took the glass, and we talked for hours. About his love for jazz, my obsession with vintage wedding dresses, the way the city looked at night, the way we felt like we'd known each other forever. We started dating a month later, dinners at cozy Italian restaurants, his hand on mine as we shared a plate of tiramisu, the cream sticking to my fingers as I'd laugh at his terrible puns. We walk along the lakefront trail, the wind off Lake Michigan messing up my hair, his jacket around my shoulders, his warmth a comfort I couldn't get enough of. We spend weekends at jazz clubs, the music filling the air as I'd lean into him, his arm around me, his lips brushing my forehead, his love a melody I thought would never end. We moved in together 2 years later, a sleek apartment in the Loop with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the skyline. It wasn't perfect. The kitchen was tiny, the dishwasher leaked, the bedroom had a draft, but it felt like ours. I'd come home from work, my heels clicking on the hardwood floor, and find Ryan on the couch, his laptop open, his tie off, his focus intense as he analyzed some spreadsheet. He'd look up, smile, and pull me into a hug, his cologne a familiar scent, his embrace a familiar home. Ryan proposed a year ago on a snowy night in Millennium Park. We were skating at the rink, my scarf trailing behind me, my hands in his, my laughter loud as I wobbled on the ice. He pulled me to the center, got down on one knee, and held up a ring, his eyes shining, his voice steady as he said, "Ellie, you're my everything. Will you marry me?" I said yes before he even finished, my tears freezing on my cheeks, my heart bursting, my future set, my dreams coming true. We started planning the wedding right away. June 15th, a garden venue in the suburbs, white roses, a string quartet, a 3-tiered lemon cake with edible flowers. I threw myself into it, my days filled with vendor meetings, my nights filled with seating charts, my mind filled with visions of us, of our day, of our life, of our forever. I'd drag Ryan to tastings, his tie loosened, his patience endless as I'd debate between buttercream and fondant, his laugh a sound I couldn't get enough of, his support a comfort I thought would never waver. But I was too caught up in my plans to see the signs, too caught up in my dreams to see the truth, too caught up in my love to see his lies. Ryan started acting distant a few months before the wedding, late nights at the office, vague excuses about client meetings. His phone always on silent, his smiles forced, his touches rare, his love a shadow of what it used to be. I'd ask him what was wrong, my voice soft, my hands on his, my worry a quiet ache in my chest. "Just work stress, babe," he'd say, his tone casual, his eyes avoiding mine, his lies a wall I couldn't break through. I'd push harder, my insecurity creeping in, my fear creeping in, my doubt creeping in. "Are you sure that's all it is, Ryan?" I ask, my voice trembling, my hands fidgeting, my heart racing, my mind spinning with what-ifs, with maybes, with fears I couldn't name. "You've been so distant. I feel like I'm losing you, like you're slipping away, like you're already gone." He'd sigh, pull me into a hug, and say, "You're overthinking, Ellie. I love you, I'm here, I'm yours." His words a promise I wanted to believe, a promise I needed to believe, a promise I didn't know was a lie, a promise I didn't know was already broken. I told myself I was being paranoid, that I was just nervous about the wedding, that I was imagining things, that I was wrong, that he was mine, that he was true, that he was us. I kept planning, kept dreaming, kept believing, kept loving, not realizing I was planning a wedding that would never happen, not realizing I was dreaming a dream that would never come true, not realizing I was believing a lie that would destroy me, not realizing I was loving a man who was already someone else's, not realizing I was setting myself up for a fall I couldn't stop, a fall I couldn't survive, a fall I didn't see coming. It was a sunny Saturday morning, exactly 1 week before our wedding, the kind of day that felt like a promise, the kind of day I thought would lead to forever. I was in our apartment, my laptop open on the kitchen counter, my coffee cold, my hair in a messy bun, my excitement buzzing as I finalized the seating chart. Ryan was at the gym, or so he said, his gym bag slung over his shoulder, his goodbye kiss quick, his smile tight, his eyes distant, his everything off, his everything wrong, his everything a lie I didn't see. I was scrolling through Pinterest for last-minute centerpiece ideas, my fingers tapping the keys, my mind on tablecloths and candles, when a notification popped up on my phone. A tagged photo on Instagram from a mutual friend. A picture from a party I hadn't been invited to. A picture I wasn't supposed to see. A picture that would change everything. A picture that would break everything. A picture that would end everything. I clicked on the photo, my heart racing, my curiosity a quiet hum, my innocence a fragile thread I didn't know was about to snap. It was Ryan, my Ryan, the man I was marrying in 7 days, the man I'd planned my life with, the man I'd given my heart to standing on a rooftop bar, his arm around a woman I didn't know, a woman who wasn't me, a woman who was everything I was. She was tall, brunette, with a perfect smile and a perfect dress, her hand on his chest, her ring finger sparkling with a diamond that wasn't mine, a diamond that wasn't ours, a diamond that wasn't us. They were laughing, their heads closed, their happiness a knife to my heart, their love a knife to my soul, their betrayal a knife to my everything. The caption read, "Celebrating with my favorite couple, Ryan and Amy, can't wait for your big day." My big day, our big day. The big day I'd spent months planning, the big day I'd dreamed of, the big day I thought was mine, the big day I thought was ours, the big day I thought was real. My world stopped, my breath caught in my throat, my mind a whirlwind of shock and disbelief. Amy, who was Amy? What big day? What couple? What ring? What betrayal? What lie? What end? I clicked on her profile, my hands shaking, my tears already falling, my heart already breaking, my life already crumbling. Her page was a gallery of them, Ryan and Amy at dinners, at concerts, on vacations, their smiles bright, their love brighter, their life a mirror of the one I thought I had, the one I thought was mine, the one I thought was real. There were photos of them from months ago, long before he proposed to me, long before he promised me forever, long before he lied to me, long before he broke me. And then I saw it, a post from 2 weeks ago, a picture of her hand, the ring on her finger, the caption he asked, and I said yes. Can't wait to be Mrs. Carter. Mrs. Carter? Ryan Carter. My Ryan Carter. The man I was marrying in a week, the man I was building a life with, the man I was giving my everything to, the man who was already hers, the man who was never mine, the man who was always a lie. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't feel anything but the pain, the betrayal, the loss, the nothing I'd become. I waited for Ryan to come home, the photo burning a hole in my phone, my anger building, my hurt building, my betrayal building, my need for answers building, my need for a fight building, my need for the truth building. He walked in an hour later, his gym clothes damp with sweat, his smile fake as he said, "Hey babe, how's the seating chart going?" I didn't let him finish. I stood up, my hands shaking, my voice loud, my tears streaming down my face, my emotions a storm I wanted him to feel, a storm I wanted him to drown in, a storm I wanted him to break under. "Who the hell is Amy, Ryan?" I screamed, holding up my phone, the photo of him and her on the screen, their happiness a taunt, their love a taunt, their betrayal a taunt, their everything a taunt, their everything I'd never have, their everything I'd never be. You're engaged to her. You're marrying her. You've been planning a wedding with her while I've been planning ours. While I've been planning us. While I've been planning me. While I've been planning nothing. Ryan's face changed, his smile fading, his eyes darkening, his jaw tightening, his hands still at his sides, his silence heavy, his guilt a weight I could feel, a weight I could see, a weight I could hate. Ellie, I can explain, he started, his voice low, his words careful, his tone a lie I didn't want to hear, a lie I couldn't believe, a lie I wouldn't accept. I don't want your explanations. I shouted, throwing my phone onto the couch, my voice cracking, my chest heaving, my body trembling with rage, with hurt, with betrayal. I want the truth, Ryan. How long have you been engaged to her? How long have you been lying to me, betraying me, breaking me, replacing me, destroying me? How long have you been making a fool of me, making a joke of me, making a nothing of me? He looked away, his silence louder than my screams, his guilt louder than my tears, his betrayal louder than my pain. And then he said the words that shattered me, the words that broke me, the words that ended me. I've been with Amy for 2 years, he said, his voice flat, his eyes meeting mine, his confession a knife to my heart, a knife to my soul, a knife to my everything. I proposed to her 6 months ago before I proposed to you. I was going to break it off with you, but I didn't know how, I didn't want to hurt you. But I love her, Ellie, not you. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. My world stopped. 2 years, 6 months, before he proposed to me, before he promised me forever. Before he let me plan a wedding, a life, a future, a lie, a nothing. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't feel anything but the pain, the betrayal, the loss, the nothing I'd become. I fell to the floor, my sobs loud, my hands clutching my chest, my tears soaking the hardwood, my voice a broken whisper as I choked out, "How could you do this to me, Ryan?" I planned our wedding, I planned our life, I planned our love, I planned our everything, and you planned hers, you planned hers, you planned hers. You let me dream, you let me hope, you let me believe, you let me love, and it was all a lie, it was all a lie, it was all a lie. He didn't say anything, his movements cold, his silence colder, his decision final. He grabbed a bag from the closet, started packing, his hands steady, his back to me, his heart already gone, his love already hers, his life already theirs. I watched him pack, my mind racing with questions I didn't want the answers to. How long had he been living this double life? When did he decide I wasn't enough? Was it when I was picking out my dress, the white lace soft against my skin, my smile wide as I'd imagined his reaction? Was it when I was choosing our song, the one we danced to, the one I thought would be ours? Was it when I was writing my vows, my promises to him, my love for him, my everything for him, my nothing for him? I pictured them together, her ring on her finger, her smile on her face, her hands on him, her lips on him, her everything on him, her everything that should have been mine, her everything that used to be mine, her everything that I'd never be. My tears fell silently now, my heart breaking with every item he packed. His suit, his laptop, his watch, each one a reminder of the life we'd had, the life I'd lost, the life he was giving to her, the life he was taking from me. Ryan left that night, just like he said he would. I stood at the door, my hands trembling, watching him walk away with a single bag over his shoulder, his goodbye a quiet, "I'm sorry, Ellie," his voice empty, his eyes avoiding mine, his steps steady as he disappeared down the hallway, the sound of his footsteps fading, the sound of my world ending, the sound of my heart breaking. The door closed behind him, and the silence that followed was suffocating. The apartment a hollow shell of what it used to be, a reminder of what I'd lost, what I'd been betrayed out of, what I'd never get back. The days after that were a blur of pain and humiliation, each one harder than the last, each one a reminder of what I'd done, what he'd done, what she'd done, what we'd lost. The wedding was canceled, the deposits lost, the vendors confused, the guests whispering, the shame a weight I couldn't carry, a weight I couldn't escape, a weight I couldn't bear. I'd call the venue, my voice shaky, my words broken, "I'm sorry, but the wedding's off, my fiancé's marrying someone else, my fiancé's already engaged, my fiancé's already gone, my fiancé's already hers." The florist, the caterer, the string quartet, they all got the same call, the same story, the same humiliation, the same nothing I'd become. My friends started pulling away, tired of my tears, tired of my drama, tired of me, tired of the mess I'd become. I'd text them, begging for support, my fingers shaky, my words desperate, my need for them a lifeline I thought they'd throw. "I just need someone to talk to," I'd write, my phone screen smudged with tears, my heart racing, hoping they'd reply, hoping they'd care, hoping they'd be there like they used to be, like I thought they'd always be. But they didn't answer, didn't text back, didn't show up, didn't care, didn't want me, didn't have room for me in their lives anymore. Not after everything I'd done, not after everything I'd said, not after everything I'd become. "You should have seen it coming, Ellie," one friend texted, her message harsh, her tone final, her rejection a wound I couldn't heal, a wound I'd have to carry, a wound I'd have to bear. "Everyone knew Ryan was too good for you, we're sorry. But we can't keep dealing with this." I lost my job as an event planner a week later, my behavior spiraling out of control, my emotions a storm my clients couldn't handle, my drama a burden my boss wouldn't tolerate, my tears a weapon that didn't work anymore. I'd show up to meetings late, my eyes red from crying, my hands shaky, my focus gone, my blazer wrinkled, my hair a mess, my smile non-existent, my attitude a problem, my presence a liability. I'd forget appointments, mix up schedules, snap at clients, my hands trembling as I'd try to fix my mistakes, my mind elsewhere, my heart elsewhere, my life elsewhere, my everything elsewhere. "You're not reliable anymore, Ellie," my boss said, her voice firm, her eyes cold, her arms crossed as she stood in her office, her decision made, her words a final blow to the life I'd had, the life I'd lost, the life I'd ruined. "I'm sorry, but we have to let you go." I left the office that day, my laptop in my bag, my tears falling, my future uncertain, my income gone, my stability gone, my purpose gone, my life a mess I couldn't fix. Without a job, I couldn't afford the apartment. I'd already spent my savings on the wedding, and Ryan wasn't there to help anymore, wasn't there to split the rent, wasn't there to pick up the slack, wasn't there to keep me afloat, wasn't there to keep me from drowning, wasn't there to keep me from falling, wasn't there to keep me from breaking. The landlord gave me a week to move out, his voice harsh over the phone, his words final. "You're out, Ellie. I can't keep waiting for you to pay, I can't keep dealing with this, I can't keep giving you chances." I spent that week packing what I could into a suitcase, leaving behind the life I'd built with Ryan, the memories we'd made, the dreams we'd shared, the couch we'd bought together, the dishes we'd picked out, the photos we'd hung on the walls, the life we'd lived, the love I thought we'd had, the future I thought we'd planned. I moved into a freezing studio on the edge of the city, the kind of place with peeling wallpaper, a clanking radiator, and a mattress that smelled like smoke. The kind of place where the walls were thin, the heat barely worked, the air smelled like despair. The kind of place I never thought I'd end up. The kind of place that felt like a prison, the kind of place that felt like the end. Meanwhile, Ryan and Amy were living their best lives, their happiness a stark contrast to my misery, their love a knife to my heart. I'd see their posts online, Ryan's career was soaring, and Amy, a marketing manager, was by his side at every event. I found their Instagram accounts late at night, scrolling through their profiles at 2 a.m., my tears falling onto my cracked phone screen as I clicked on their photos. They moved into a gorgeous condo in Lincoln Park, the kind of place with a balcony and a view of the lake, the kind of place we'd dreamed of living in together, the kind of place I'd never see, the kind of place I'd never deserve. I saw pictures of them at galas, his arm around her, her head on his shoulder, her ring sparkling, her smile brighter than anything I'd ever given him, brighter than anything I'd ever been, brighter than anything I'd ever be. The worst part, I found out my friends knew about Amy. My friend Jess, who I thought was my rock, had commented on one of Amy's posts, a photo of her and Ryan at a vineyard, captioned, "Counting down to our big day." Jess had written, "So excited for you both." She'd known, and she hadn't told me, hadn't warned me, hadn't cared enough to let me know I was being betrayed, being replaced, being erased. I texted her, my fingers shaking, my words a mess of anger and hurt. "You knew about Ryan and Amy, and you didn't tell me. You let me plan a wedding that was never going to happen." She replied hours later, her message cold, her words a slap in the face. "You were so obsessed with that wedding, Ellie, we didn't know how to tell you. Ryan was never going to marry you. Move on." Her words cut deeper than anything Ryan had said, deeper than anything Amy had done, deeper than anything I'd felt, deeper than anything I'd ever known. I'd sit in my studio, the cold seeping through the thin walls, the sound of the radiator clanking, the peeling wallpaper curling at the edges, the smell of smoke filling the air, the weight of my loneliness pressing down on me, the weight of my betrayal crushing me, the weight of my failure breaking me. I'd scroll through Ryan and Amy's posts, my tears falling onto my cracked phone screen, my heart breaking with every photo, every caption, every reminder of what I'd lost, what I'd been cheated out of, what I'd never have again, what I'd never deserve again, what I'd never be again. I'd look at myself in the cracked mirror, my eyes hollow, my hair a mess, my face pale, my skin dry, my lips chapped, my body tired, my spirit broken, my everything gone, and barely recognize the girl staring back at me. A girl who used to dream, who used to love, who used to have it all. A girl who'd been betrayed, a girl who'd been replaced, a girl who'd lost everything. I've been in this freezing dump of an apartment for 2 months now, and every day feels worse than the last. Every day a reminder of what I've lost. Every day a reminder of what I've become. Every day a reminder of the betrayal that broke me. I'm sitting on the floor, my back against the wall, my phone in my hand, staring at Ryan's latest post. Him and Amy at their wedding venue, her dress white, her smile wide, his arm around her. Their happiness a taunt, their love a taunt, their life a taunt, their everything a taunt, their everything I'll never have, their everything I'll never touch, their everything I'll never be a part of, their everything I'll never deserve. My stomach twists, my eyes burn, and I can't stop the tears from falling, can't stop the anger from rising, can't stop the pain from consuming me, can't stop the betrayal from defining me. I keep thinking about that day, the day I saw the photo, the day I found out about Amy, the day I found out about their engagement, the day Ryan walked away, the day he broke me. I can still see the picture on my phone, Ryan's arm around her, her ring sparkling, their happiness a lie, their love a lie, their betrayal a lie, their everything a lie, their everything I thought was mine, their everything I thought was ours, their everything I thought was real. I can still hear his words, "I've been with Amy for 2 years. I love her, not you." The way they sliced through me, the way they shattered me, the way they made me feel like nothing, like less than nothing, like I'd never be enough, like I'd never be her, like I'd never be Amy, like I'd never be anyone. I can still see the way he packed his bag, the way he didn't even look at me, the way he didn't even care that he'd been lying to me, that he'd been betraying me, that he'd been breaking me, that he'd been replacing me, that he'd been erasing me, that he'd been destroying me. And Amy, whoever she is, this perfect girl with her perfect smile and her perfect ring, she knew about me, knew I was planning a wedding, knew I was dreaming of a life, knew I was loving a man who was already hers, and she didn't care, didn't stop, didn't think about me, didn't think about my pain, didn't think about my loss, didn't think about my nothing, didn't think about the nothing she was making me. She took him, took my life, took my love, took my everything and left me with nothing, left me to hurt, left me to break, left me to fall, left me to lose, left me to be this, left me to be nothing. And my friends, Jess, the one I trusted most, the one I thought would always be there, the one I thought would always have my back, she knew about them, knew about their engagement, knew about their love, and she didn't tell me, didn't warn me, didn't care enough to save me from the humiliation, from the pain, from the betrayal, from the loss, from the nothing I've become. She commented on their stupid posts, cheered for their stupid wedding, smiled at their stupid love, while I was here, falling apart, breaking apart, losing everything, losing myself, losing me. But instead of looking at myself, instead of seeing what I did wrong, I point the finger at them, at Ryan, at Amy, at Jess, at everyone who let me down, who betrayed me, who broke me. If Ryan hadn't lied to me, I wouldn't be here. I mutter, my voice low, my eyes fixed on the peeling wallpaper, my hands clenched into fists, my nails digging into my palms, my tears falling onto the floor, my heart racing, my mind spinning, my soul breaking. He should have been honest, should have told me, should have cared enough to choose me, to love me, to marry me, not her, not Amy, not someone else, not anyone else. He should have been mine, should have wanted me, should have needed me, should have loved me, not her, not her, not her. And Amy, she knew about me, knew I was planning a wedding, knew I was planning a life, and she took him anyway, took my life anyway, took my love anyway, took my everything anyway, left me with nothing, left me with nothing, left me with nothing. And Jess, she was supposed to be my friend, supposed to tell me, supposed to protect me, not stab me in the back, not cheer for my betrayal, not cheer for my replacement, not cheer for my loss. They all betrayed me, Ryan, Amy, Jess, everyone. They're the reason I'm here, not me, not my actions, not my choices. I know I'm wrong, deep down, but I can't admit it, can't face it, can't let myself see the truth. That I was too blind to see the signs, that I ignored the red flags, that I trusted too much, that I loved too much, that I dreamed too much, that I planned too much, that I ruined my own life by not seeing the truth, by not seeing the lie, by not seeing the nothing I was becoming. Instead, I decide to fight back, to make Ryan and Amy feel the pain I'm feeling, to make them see what they've done to me, to make them pay for betraying me. I open my phone, my hands shaking, my battery at 3%, my screen cracked, my fingers trembling, my heart racing, my mind buzzing, and start typing a message to the venue where I know they're having their wedding, my words sharp, my tone desperate, my plan a last-ditch effort to ruin them. I know Ryan, Carter, and Amy are getting married at your venue next month. I write, my fingers flying across the screen, my anger pouring out, my pain pouring out, my hurt pouring out, my betrayal pouring out. I was supposed to marry him. I planned a whole wedding with him, I loved him, I trusted him, and he was engaged to her the whole time, he was lying to me the whole time, he was betraying me the whole time, he was breaking me the whole time, he was replacing me the whole time, he was destroying me the whole time. I'm going to show up on their wedding day, I'm going to tell everyone what they did. I'm going to tell their guests, their families, their friends, everyone who thinks they're perfect, everyone who thinks they're in love, everyone who doesn't know the truth, everyone who doesn't know what they did, everyone who doesn't know how they hurt me, how they broke me, how they betrayed me. I'm going to ruin their day like they ruined mine. I'm going to ruin their love like they ruined mine. I'm going to ruin their everything like they ruined mine. I'm going to ruin their nothing like they made me nothing. I hit send, my heart racing, my mind buzzing with a mix of hope and rage. Thinking maybe this will work, maybe they'll hurt, maybe they'll feel what I feel, maybe they'll see what they've done, maybe they'll regret it, maybe they'll apologize, maybe they'll fix it, maybe they'll fix me, maybe they'll make it right, maybe they'll make me something, maybe they'll make me again. But deep down, I know it won't change anything. No, I've lost him for good. No, I've lost everything because of my own blindness. No, I have no one to blame but myself. No, I have no one to hurt but myself. No, I have no one to break but myself. No, I have no one to lose but myself. No, I have no one to be but myself. No, I have no one to be but this. No, I have no one to be but nothing. I set my phone down, my tears falling onto the cracked screen, and stare at the wall, the radiator clanking, the sound of the city a distant hum, the cold seeping through the thin walls, the smell of smoke filling the air, the weight of my loneliness pressing down, the weight of my betrayal crushing me, the weight of my failure breaking me. And wonder if I'll ever find a way out of this mess, wonder if I'll ever learn, wonder if I'll ever change. Or if I'm doomed to keep making the same mistakes over and over. Until there's nothing left to lose, until there's nothing left to break, until there's nothing left to hurt, until there's nothing left to feel, until there's nothing left to be.